One of the best battles ever seen in the Tour de France's history. A whole team working to defeat the king, the leader, the invincible cyclist. Tactics, attacks, change of leader. Do you want to know what happened on the way to Granon during the 2022 Tour? Follow my wheel and I'll tell you. Because nobody would have bet on the outcome experienced during the 11th stage of the most important cycling race in the world. The Tour de France 2022 started on Friday, July 1st in Denmark, a harbinger of what could happen during the race, with a clear favorite, Tadej Pogacar, winner of the last two editions of the French race. The UAE rider arrived in optimal form to try his third consecutive victory in Paris and enter the legend of the Tour with illustrious names such as Louison Bobet or Greg LeMond. His biggest rival was going to be Jonas Vingegaard, a Dane of the Jumbo team, a great climber and second classified during the 2021 Tour. He had never won a stage in the Tour, but he had an exceptional group of teammates, men like Primož Roglic, Sepp Kuss, Laporte, or Wout van Aert, would all help the Dane dethrone the Slovenian as king of cycling today. Team Emirates also had a great team to defend their leader. Riders like Maika, Bennett, or McNulty had sacrificed their season to arrive in July in the best physical condition. An exciting fight was going to happen, and it didn't disappoint. It was an electric tour. The peloton fought every stage, every banner, every line. The fighting was fierce. The tension became untenable, resulting in numerous accidents, falls, and abandonments. One of the most important crashes was that of Roglic during stage 5, which considerably diminished his potential and that of his team. A Jumbo team where the first doubts appeared, not only because of the Slovenian's fall, but also because of the altitude of Van Aert, who during the first week was torn between working for his leader or for himself, a delicate situation for his team. The Belgian is a brutal rider, a thoroughbred, who guarantees several stage wins and wears several jerseys during the first week of the race. In fact, he wore yellow for 4 days, but this could blur the true objectives of the team. In addition, the Belgian, until that moment, was unable to win. 3 second places were beginning to despair Van Aert, who, finally giving an authentic exhibition on the bike, managed to win the 4th stage with the finish in Calais, attacking on the last ascent and making a time trial of 10 kilometers before a whole peloton, something only within the reach of a superclass. Meanwhile, among the favorites, the figure of Tadej Pogacar began to stand out. The two-time champion snatched the yellow jersey from Van Aert in the 6th stage, where he won the sprint to the favorites group. Next day, first high finish of the race in La Planche des Belles Filles, where there was an exciting duel between Vingegaard and Pogacar. It seemed that the Dane was able to let Pogacar, but the UAE rider, in a show of power, managed to overtake Vingegaard 50 meters from the finish line to get the victory and give a moral blow to his rival. It seemed that the 2022 Tour was Slovenian color. In addition to all this, Pogacar, with a fierce hunger, stole seconds in any bonus in the Merckx style. Everywhere fans bet on Pogacar's favoritism, all but the Jumbo team bus. The Dutch team wasn't going to throw in the towel so quickly, and its director had an ace up his sleeve. Stage 11 between Albertville and the Col du Granon, the Queen stage, an inhuman stage. If we can't beat him 1 against 1, we'll have to defeat him together. Said and done. 150 kilometers with the ascents to Lacet du Mont-Vernier, Telegraph, and a terrible Galibier to finish with the 11-kilometer climb to Col du Granon. Crazy. For experts, that day would decide the Tour de France. For Jumbo, it was the right day to try to delay Pogacar. However, for the Slovenian, it was the opportunity to exploit the doubts that appeared in the Dutch team. The gap between Pogacar and Vingegaard was only 39 seconds. The day was going to be exciting, and so it was. On a day with intense heat, the peloton set out in Albertville amid monumental expectations. Van Aert got into the day's breakaway, showing the Jumbo team's intentions to play attack. The first mountain of the day, La Cé du Montvernier, was climbed without any mishap after the pace of the UAE team, but the tension was enormous. Something was about to happen. Everyone expected a Jumbo team attack on the Telegraph. The Dutch team waited until the end of the climb, and right at the top, Roglic tried it at the descent start. The Slovenian wasn't far behind. It was clear that Jumbo's intention was to leave Pogacar without teammates very soon, and they succeeded. Pogacar responded to the attack of his compatriot, forming a group with 3 Jumbo, among whom were Roglic and Vingegaard, Thomas and the UAE rider. Bad business to stay alone so far from the finish line. During the long ascent of the Col du Granon, Jumbo cyclists tortured Pogacar. With constant attacks from Roglic and Vingegaard, the Slovenian rider alone had to expend some forces that would later be needed. The wear and tear to which the Jumbo racers were subjecting him was bestial. Even defending against the brave Slovenian was able to mark territory with a couple of changes of pace, but so many forces spent were starting to take their toll. They passed the Galibier. There was a small neutralization before ascending the hardest pass of this tour, the Granon. The battle was ready. "11.3 kilometers to ascend higher than 2,400 meters at an average of 8.5%, only suitable for real climbers. The climb began with the devilish pace of Roglic. After all the work done, the Dutch was not going to let the race stop. The Slovenians' work was short, but very effective. Once Roglic's work was finished, the group of favorites rolled to Majka's wheel, waiting for the attack of Vingegaard, who with 5 kilometers left, lit the fuse. With a brutal attack, he left Pogacar unable to react. It was the first time we had seen the almighty Slovenians suffer like this. The tour was blowing up. While an emboldened Vingegaard set out for glory, a shattered Pogacar couldn't hold Thomas's wheel. The Dane was reaping the fruits his team had sown. The difference was widening. There was a lot of tour left, but not even in his best dreams, the Jumbo team could imagine a better scenario. And so Vingegaard, the little Dane who made his living working in the fish market, made his dream come true by winning the Queen stage of the Tour 2022 and getting a yellow jersey that he would not release until Paris, entering the history of the French race and proving that although a cyclist runs alone, without teamwork, it is impossible to achieve glory. Thank you very much for having come this far. If you liked the video, subscribe and click like. And if you want to continue enjoying the best cyclists in history, don't miss this.